It gets harder every time, but today was, make no mistake, a huge victory for Planned Parenthood of Utah.
Tonight, women in Utah can get abortions despite the state's trigger law. Thanks for being with us. I'm Heidi Hatch.
I'm Mark Abell. That's following a state court decision putting a temporary pause on the trigger law. And tonight, we have live team coverage of what's next for Utah's abortion laws and how that compares to other states that are still debating the issue.
We begin with Jeremy Harris, who's live at the Matheson Courthouse tonight. That's in downtown Salt Lake City. And Jeremy, what did you learn?
Well, Heidi, after clearing today's hurdle in court, Planned Parenthood of Utah is expected to file a motion in court explaining why they believe that Utah's law should not go into effect while the courts sort out the future of abortion in Utah.
Tonight, the fight over abortion in Utah is far from over.
Supreme Court has been clear that states have strong interest in protecting the life of its unborn citizens.
Even days or weeks, a week can make a substantial difference in the likelihood that someone is ever able to obtain an abortion.
Planned Parenthood of Utah successfully persuaded Judge Andrew Stone to prevent Utah's so-called trigger law from being enforced, at least for the next 2 weeks.
Really, we are looking at to what extent the people of Utah have granted the legislature regulatory power over personal autonomy, over reproductive decisions, over decisions of conscience.
Temporary restraining order is just that. It's temporary.
Attorney Greg Skordas isn't involved in this case, but says this will be an unprecedented lawsuit in Utah.
Yeah, this is a case we've never seen in Utah because we haven't needed to for 50 years.
Utah lawmakers have planned for years for the possibility of Roe v. Wade being overturned. The trigger law, which bans most abortions, was passed in 2020 and took effect just hours after Friday's Supreme Court ruling. With Utah's abortion ban now on hold, the issue may ultimately be decided by Utah's Supreme Court.
I have a sense that this is likely to go upstairs at some point. And I think my job is to give you my best judgment on this, on the legal questions.
A case like this, you would expect to end up at the Utah Supreme Court because it's dealing with Utah constitutional issues.
Planned Parenthood of Utah told us tonight that they are now calling all the patients who were turned away over the weekend to tell them they can now come back in and get those abortion services at their clinic. The next court date for this is scheduled for July 11th. That is set to be a half day where lawyers for both sides are going to make their case about whether or not a judge should restrict this law from going into effect for the time being. Reporting live at Matheson Courthouse, Jeremy Harris, KUTV 2 News.